Well, guys, one of the things that I told you all I was going to do is I'm going back over the video and I'm bringing out specific situations because, like I said, it was a lot. And in fact, I had moved on to other things. But since Porsha Williams' attorney reached out to me, and I don't like when people try to bully me or think they can intimidate me. So since he did that, I said, you know what? We gonna run this up, okay? So one of the things that they spoke about in court, y'all, was the expired tags on the leased Rolls-Royce. Now I know y'all thought that Simon had bought Porsha a Rolls-Royce because she kind of told us that on social media. But I'm here to let y'all know it is leased. And guess what? It's leased, which means he didn't actually buy it for her, but he did lease it. The tags are expired. So Porsha can't even drive it.
Please, I don't have any time for any gossip now. Eh? Yes.
Well, guys, let's get on back into it. Like I said, I'm gonna bring y'all every little piece, nick, and cranny because it was a lot. I have to admit, it was a lot for me as well. But what we learned in court is that Simon leased Porsha a Rolls Royce. Okay, which means he didn't really buy it, did he? He didn't buy her a Rolls Royce. But y'all know what we learned? The tags is expired. So do y'all do know that you can't be driving around with its expired tags. I'm sure y'all know that, right? And I know some of y'all forgot because I had to search the internet to find this myself because I said, now I know I saw something on social media where he had bought Porsha a Rolls Royce, honey. And that's why I say these, celebrities be lying, these Bravo celebrities be lying, making y'all think that it's something that it's not. Well, here is the video where, you know, they try to tell us that he had bought her Rolls Royce, but honey, the vehicle is leased. Now, if y'all know anything about a leased vehicle, generally you can get a nicer payment besides like trying to buy it. I remember when I was young, because I did lease cars when I was young. I never forget, I wanted a brand new Lexus truck. I'll never forget. I think it was a GX 300. I think they changed the models now. I'll never forget, my son was a baby. So y'all know that was like 4 years ago, about 24 years ago. So he was maybe about 23 years ago. So 23 years ago, I had a brand new Lexus, and I'll never forget. Brand new Lexus. Guess how much I paid? $600 because I leased it. I leased that bad boy because if I wanted to finance, it was going to be about double that price. And then they wanted a down payment. So I leased it. So it's nothing wrong with leasing a vehicle. But the reason why I'm bringing it up is because Porsha, he didn't buy you a Rolls Royce. He didn't buy you a Rolls Royce. Let's kind of rewind the tape because he leased your Rolls Royce. And what we learned in court, girl, you can't even drive it because in court, you said that the tags was expired. Expired tags. What kind of ghetto mess is that? Imagine having a Rolls Royce with expired tags. Is that even possible? It is because you know what? I had to renew my plates. And this year, I actually forgot about it. I had so much going on, I forgot. And I remember on my birthday, I said, oh my gosh, because usually I know here your tags expire on your birthday. Mine has done that. So I don't know. I would imagine it's for everybody. But I realized like I didn't know what to do, like what I did with the little thing. So here they'll give you registration. But Georgia, you can actually take it to like a Kroger and you can renew your plates. They got a little machine there. And I said, you know what? I don't have the thing. So how am I going to register, get my new, thing, sticker? So I said, you know what? I'm just going to drive up there. Maybe it'll ask me for my license plate number or something. That's not what it does. So in the state of Georgia, if you try to renew your plates, you go to the little kiosk machine, you have to have one or two things. You either have to have the registration that they sent you in the mail, which you can kind of scan it. Now, if you don't have that, and I'm assuming that possibly Simon doesn't have it go to that address, because if it was, she could just open it, take it, scan it at the kiosk, and pay for it, because it is expensive. Because I think to renew my car, I think it was like a little bit over $200. I think it's too, because it's electric, so they did kind of charge me an extra fee. So when I got to the kiosk, it says you either had to have your actual thing from the department saying it's time to register, or you had to have your driver's license. And when I thought about it, I said, what does my driver's license have to do with it? The driver's license has to do with it because the vehicle is registered to you. So this is why the Rolls-Royce, as she testified in court, the tags are expired, because see, this vehicle is actually registered to Simon, which means she would have to either have the stub that the Department of Transportation or whoever sends it in Georgia to actually register this vehicle, or she would have to have Simon's driver's license. Because when I was in court, I said, why won't you just pay it and register this vehicle? But in fact, she can't, because she would actually need to have his driver's license, because you actually have to scan it at the kiosk, or she would actually have to have the invoice or whatever they send to actually be able to register. Remember, I said I lost mine, but when I got up there, I was just like, okay, let me just go to the machine and see what it says. And it says, if you do not have your registration paperwork or your registration invoice, whatever they call it, just scan your license. So when I scanned my license, it said, which vehicle are you are you renewing? And it made sense. So this woman, this is too much, y'all. This lady, this grown lady, okay, is in court complaining about not being able to drive a leased vehicle that got expired plates. Please make it make sense. A grown ass lady in court, and her concern is she cannot drive a Rolls-Royce because the damn plates are expired. Now, if y'all been watching the Real Housewives of Atlanta, because that's the only reason why we talk about Porsha, because she's on the show. Hello. So if you guys recall watching the Real Housewives of Atlanta, you realize that she hasn't been driving this leased Rolls-Royce. Well, allegedly, it's because the tags are expired. Okay.
Too hot. Lakeysha Keysha, queen of the plot. Hit that bell, cause the tea don't stop.